Introducing Next Gen 15, the new home of school rugby.
Well, where does this come from?
Covering everything the school game has to offer in both the north and southern hemispheres.
Oh, that's a great tackle! It's not good enough! 1-2, skip a few and with the wheels.
Highlighting tomorrow's stars, Next Gen 15 will be bringing you live games and a regular update of all the news and in-depth views on the global game.
What's a kick?
Where did he come from and how did that happen?
All your school rugby, all in one place. This is Next Gen 15.
Hello and welcome to Epsom College here, snuggled nicely in the South Downs. Next Gen 15 is live. The home of schoolboy rugby is here for you to bring you live action of Epsom versus Hampton School. And I am joined up here by the man, the myth, the legend, Angus Savage. Angus, it's going to be good, isn't it?
Yeah, good to see you, Richard. It's going to be great. These sides have been in action recently. They've both had their ups and downs. It's been a long old wait to get a live stream out, and really looking forward to getting underway here this evening.
A long old wait, 433 days since our last full live stream. Yes, we did have one here a couple of weeks ago, but shh, a bit like the England under-20 game. That's all secret. You're not allowed to tell anybody about that.
Yeah, we found out late today. We've known for a while that there was a game coming up. We didn't quite know it was going to be today. Got late news that England under-20 were facing Scotland under-20. Fortunately, we got a team sheet through, which was very nice. And I can reveal exclusively that England under-20 did beat Scotland. I can't tell you by how much, because nobody knows. It's all a secret.
All right, okay, well, our mould in the camp will bring us that. Now, let's jump onto this game quickly. Let's do that, and let's run through some teams here. So, firstly, the home setup. Ollie Matthews, who's the vice-captain today. Jamie York, Zach O'Connor, Ross Turtle, Nikolai Marinoff, Olaya Adenji and Henry Lies, both new in this week. Replacements at the flankers there. Cade Bird at 8, Max Franks at 9, Thomas Liner captaining 10, William Butt in for Louis Russell this week. Brynn Bradley, vice-captain, Josh Lyon, Joshua King and Henry Dalton make up the starting 15. And on the bench we have George Morley, William Swan, Rhys Day, Leo Hales and Louis Russell, Luke Marsh and Charlie Redknapp. So that's how they're all going today. So looking forward to that, and coached by the very impressive Mr. Paul Burke. Now for Hampton, we've got Easton Humphrey, Rupert Reddish, Matt Lemoyne, Jack Slaney, Lucas Mangum, Joe Watton, Toby Robinson, Alex Taylor's a vice-captain, Luke Greenall is a vice-captain, Jamie Benson is the captain, Ethan Knight in this week for Joel Luckman, Tim Lamin, Alex McMillan, Joe Sykes and Connor Cross make up the starting 15, and then Thomas Sim, Arthur Hopley, Joel Luckman and Neo Sigraj Hamel make up the bench. So here's a leading question for Angus. What duel out there kind of like, stands out for you?
Well, I think we know that all eyes are going to be on the battle of the two fly halves, Tom Liner and Jamie Benson, two of the outstanding fly halves in England, and to be honest, in the world. We put out a list of the top 100 players in England, and both of them ended up in our top 15, and Jamie Benson actually came out as our number one. They're a pair of fantastic players, both part of the Harlequins Academy. Tom, at the end of this year, is off to the Queensland Reds, I think on a 4 or 5 year contract. Obviously taking his father's footsteps rather than his brother's, but Jamie Benson will be following in Tom's brother's footsteps, because he will be linking up with Harlequins. I'm sure that is to be confirmed formally soon.
All right, so once again, our little mole in the camp, our little what we hear through the grapevine. But yeah, I think it's pretty much out there. We know what's what. So both of these teams opened up their season with games against Whitgift. Hampton running out 25-6 last week. Benson 10 points with a boot. Luckman with 2 tries, and he's on the bench. And another try for, who was it? It was Adenji. No, who got the other try for me there?
I think it was Joel Luckman and Arthur Hopley that got the tries.
That was the other try. There we go. And remember, we had the Whitgift secret game, 6-3 liner with 3 points. But they did turn down the draw to go for the win. So that's what it's all about. But we are just about ready to get underway here. The referee, Jamie Parr, comes to the middle.
Okay, so
Jamie Parr coming to the middle, getting ready to get everything going. 433 days we're waiting for this, Angus.
It's been a while, hasn't it? I think there's a lot of excitement. So even just amongst us, there's a lot of excitement.
There certainly is.
White captain.
So Jamie Parr says we're off. And straight up, down, deep, and already we have the Epsom get a line out from that. A great up there from
Backwards into touch by White, black line.
Jamie, black white, his name, Jamie Benson, but they just hear Jamie Benson puts it right up, and I think it was the, didn't go in safe.
Set me a meter, please.
Bundled it through, so first line out. Not quite ready. Just you can hear a pin drop here at the moment. Play at the back. Well taken by Watton and Parr.
Side entry.
Side entry.
Number 4 black.
That's against Ross Turtle, straight in from the side. There are some rule changes here, Jamie. But, Angus, there were some changes, but not that rule.
No, it's just an early warning sign from the ref about what he's looking for, I think, and that's both sides should be aware now that no tolerance on side entry, although that one was relatively clear-cut, I suppose.
Epsom
Very
numbers,
clear-cut,
please,
it was even from the Epsom side. Even I would have picked up that one. So Epsom, their first line out. Jamie York with the honours. In the line there, you've got Max Franks as well. He's in the scrum half. Now he comes out on the round. And Jamie Parr says, not straight.
Jumping across the line there, I think, was...
Captain, free kick or line out?
Oh, no.
Line out taken.
He's chosen the line out. So that
Line out taken. Black line out.
because there's no scrums.
Not straight, line out option taken.
Yeah, not straight, line out. So because there's not scrums and we're going to get everything's going to be blown up for a penalty, but it's a free kick straight penalty, we're going to get well confused here.
I think I was thrown by the fact that his arm was going the other way.
Yeah.
My mistake.
I actually thought they'd kick it. James got.
I'll let you off on that one then. There we go again. Taking Mangum. Ball coming out, taking it up. Humphrey. Well over.
No, not for me.
3-0. Through the hands of Lamming. Remember, there's no mauls. No mauls, no latching. Well, up Alex Taylor. Benson. Right, full back. Good well played. Connor Cross coming in the line. Right, oh, Frank's in there. That's well played by Epsom.
Oh, boys!
All over him there. And pass says knock on by Epsom, but good pressure there, Angus.
Yeah, really good pressure from Epsom. A notable thing from Hampton as well. They're getting the ball through Lamming's hands quite a lot. And we heard from Sean Thompson, the director of rugby, before the game a bit about how he's sort of the Matt Gitto to the Johnny Wilkinson that is Benson, and early signs of that. Him stepping in at first receiver a couple of times there, getting his hands on the ball early.
And making an impact early doors. All taken there. Josh Lyon wrapping the player up.
Knock on.
And we'll play Josh Lyon and the knock on. So here we'd normally have a scrum. Obviously it's a free kick.
Knock on by 5 black.
COVID related. There, that Lyon was all over him. He did really well there. And as he pulled his man over, lost his bearings and placed it down on Epsom side for us.
On the line.
Line up. Puts it up. Doesn't go for touch. It was through Benson's hands, but well picked up there. William Butt. Hampton.
Hold in front, 6 black way.
Go long, up and under. Oh, it's really well taken there. William Butt again.
12 black
for Epsom.
Good work on the floor.
Jamie York, good strong run. Max Franks out the liner early. Oh, back inside there.
Come on, boys.
Epsom making some ground on every carry here, breaking the line. But Hampton well up, very quick on it that time.
Hold.
Oh, line up. It should have went backwards, but
Backwards.
it's gone wild. Chance to run at it. Oh, and that was really well played there from William Butt. And he's down there in front of us. He felt that. As Benson takes it back, and he makes some yards on there. On the wide. Excellent play. Millen inside to Sykes. Oh, last-ditch tackle. Surely he's going to make it. Oh, excellent play. I think that was Humphrey there with a try-saving tackle. But Hampton camping now.
Tackle release. Hands and feet.
Franks now organising, telling these forwards he wants them to take it on. Out wide, we've got numbers there. Oh, and that's really well played there. Sykes trying to get across the line. Last-ditch defence by Epsom. This was massive last week against Whitgift as well.
Short. Hold. Advantage, 4 offside.
Hampton got advantage, free ball and a try at the bottom there. It's Rupert Reddish, the hooker. Pretty sure it was him that came up with the ball there. Hampton, they've put a marker at early doors, Angus.
Well, it's certainly Reddish. It looks like he's celebrating, and it was brilliant bit of play from Hampton. They spotted that the Butt was down injured on the left-hand side after a thumping tackle from Lamming. Exploited that space where they had the man extra, came charging down this right-hand side, and then it was a case more of when rather than if they would get across the line. Reddish, I think it is, that crashes over. He's certainly the man celebrating at the end of it.
Yeah, it was, and it got down in their notes, skillful ball carrier. Well, he managed to get to the ground, still had the ball and bring it forward and put it down. Excellent play. And where's your money? Benson, 3 points, I think so.
Well, I saw him warming up earlier. He missed
two,
one.
actually.
He missed one, but he landed the other 5. So we'll let him
And I
off
was
that.
watching a bit early, and that liner was hitting the bar from the line when he was kicking down the line. So these two boys, they're going to be pretty accurate. Benson. Ooh, and I'd say no. We were both
Just
wrong.
slid right, didn't it? Just slid right. Didn't quite catch it as he would have wanted to, but that's the start that Hampton absolutely would have wanted. And we're seeing early on the sort of rugby both these sides want to play. Get the ball through the hands, get it wide. If it's bad ball, kick it up, but kick to compete, not kicking necessarily for territory. It's a really, really aggressively attacking game plan from both teams.
Now line up. Chance to take Epsom. Back up, that's looking good. Butt's back on his feet now. Good pressure, can he get the ball into the touch? Hampton did well keeping that in. Good strong running. Humphrey.
Timing. Good work.
By Franks. Gone across, got all day with that. Oh, nice little tap over, fancies that. Was he taken out? The ref said no. So Hampton eventually picked the ball up by Toby Robinson.
7 blue roll.
It's really well played there. Connor cross.
Let go.
It was Henry Dalton who took the ball there, and now it's Connor cross. Only 4 names wrong so far. Angus, I'm not doing bad, am I?
Not bad for a first in 433 days.
Come here, please.
Exactly.
Please don't appeal at me.
And trying to sit here and read all the rules.
Sorry, it's a fullback. Apologies, you look similar.
See, look, and I don't know if you heard there that even the ref was getting the players wrong.
10 is on the line. 10 is on the line.
Worth pointing out while we've got a little lull, I was talking to Sean Thompson, the head coach of Hampton, earlier this week. Told me that 13 of the side that he's got out, including the subs, joined Hampton at the age of 11.
Wow. That's incredible retention.
You're not going to milk it, and don't throw your hands up at me.
And it's nice that they can represent the school all the way through those ages. They say it doesn't matter what level you play to, that your school days are your favourite, the ones you remember the most. And you've got to, as you well know, Angus, you've got to know everything they've done all the way through there, whether they play basketball for the 3rd team at 14 and everything else when you put those reviews out. Benson goes deep with a kick across. Line is down there, but Benson found the touch. Really lovely kick.
Oh, what a kick that is.
Yeah.
What a kick. Right against the grain of the defence as well.
There's your mark.
But we said last week, or 2 weeks ago when we were here for the Whitgift game, that bottom left-hand corner is the place to be. The slow ball feeds into that. If you can feed the ball into it, it's very, very difficult for any side to get out of it. That's exactly what Benson's done there.
We have a banana-shaped pitch here. Lovely setting, but if you get into that bottom corner, you can just camp in there.
Yep. Move across.
You know, if Hampton can steal this.
I'll get him in the right place. 1 step, please, 10. Oh. Thank you.
And they've already rolled over from similar
2
distance.
metres then, step back. Thank you.
And they have. They've stolen it up at the front of the line. It's gone all the way back, Benson. Yes. Connor cross with the run. Set up well. Greenall. Oh, good run again, that was Reddish. So they scored a try now, making dents. Robinson.
Advantage.
And there's advantage there. There's a bit of a dump on the player, so referee said advantage. Hampton got free ball. And the knock on by Benson will go back for that.
Lifting the legs, just be very careful, just a penalty.
Just a penalty, nothing more. Yeah, Jamie Parr.
4 white, just lifting the legs, be very careful.
It was Ross Turtle there, just enthusiastic, let's just say that.
Toby Robinson, the man that was sent tumbling, but he got his hands on the ball a couple of times there on the wraparound. It looks like that's a thing that Hampton are going to be trying a little bit to get their back row on the ball as much as possible out the back. Interesting thing about Toby, actually, he's been punching well above his weight, and he's also had an offer from Oxford University to do PPE, so possibly looking at a future Prime Minister here.
PPE, is that the personal protection wear stuff? We need some of that, don't we? We need to be ready for the next phase. Benson. Yeah. No problems there. So we've got 12 minutes on the clock, and Hampton already 8-0 to the good.
Boys, let's go.
And so far, I'd say it's about fair play for the game so far.
Yeah, it's been an impressive start from Hampton. Epsom have looked good when they've had the ball in hand, certainly punching sort of heavily, making good inroads every time they get the ball. But Hampton looking very clinical and managing to get the ball in the right areas of field quite quickly.
Oh, we'll take what Benson and Butt got there, but you can see that going very quick there. So we've got the initial foul there by Butt, taking the player in the air. Benson just got up and took it straight away, and Epsom weren't 10.
Smart bit of play that from Benson. He knew the hit was coming. He got his body so that it wasn't going to hurt him too much, and was ready for the quick tap and knew exactly what was going to come. He was going to get taken out early. He was going to be able to make the extra yards. Just a smart bit of play there.
Skipper.
See here.
Lifting his legs and winger.
Yeah, and Butt pulled out, but there was just contact, but nothing in it. And there, look, just runs into him. And what were those players meant to do?
Yeah, it's just smart play from
Winger.
Benson. It's a bit unfortunate
Let him
for
reach
Butt.
ground, please.
It's not malicious at all. He's tried to pull out of it, but yeah, right decision from the ref.
I suppose they're meant to, like, you know, flag him through, really, aren't they? But, you know, I think that was a fair point. Hampton. So it's Henry Lyes. Is it Henry Lyes thrown in? I think it is.
Toby Robinson, I think. Looks like the open side.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, Robinson. Well, taken up there. Mangum and Epsom. That's good defending there by Epsom. Really well played. Max Franks is the man in the touch. Turnover ball.
Great bit of defence out from Epsom, isn't it? There's not a lot you can do to compete in the line-out under the current COVID rules, but aggressively taking the carrier out into touch is certainly one thing you can do.
Yeah,
Ollie Matthews there.
Yeah, I was going to say, he really contributed to that and then just taking out the rest of the weight. So traditional hooker thrown in for Epsom, Jamie York. Open side flankers. And taken well. Turtle. Push it back. Oh, that stood up well. Oh, that's really well played. Excellent stuff there. Brynn Bradley looked like he was going to fall his way. Ended up being a knock-on, but he chased that down exceptionally well.
Well, he's a wonderful player, Brynn Bradley. He's part of the Harlequins setup after a stunning lower six season, and huge things expected of him this year. It's just great to see him out there playing. Brother, of course, of Gwilym Bradley, who's playing for Cardiff tomorrow night, who was a member of the Hampton team a couple of years ago. So plenty of
pedigree in that family, yeah.
Yeah, plenty of pedigree, plenty of cross-sibling rivalry across the two schools as well. Lewis Leiniger, of course, was a Hampton boy. His brother skippering Epsom today.
It would have never happened in my day. My brother or my sister not going to the same school as me. Oh, like, oh, and deliberate. What do you think? That's a full penalty, that one. That wasn't just a...
Number 5, deliberate knock-off.
Yeah, deliberate knockdown.
You've gone one-handed.
Right, Nikolai Marinov.
Nothing like the ambition of a second row going for the long-range intercept.
Oh,
You gotta love it.
Love it.
Absolutely. But you came to before.
No numbers these days, oppositions, aren't they? Was it Russell Earnshaw says everybody can kick?
He's got a point. Did anyone see Johnny Hill's kick the other day? Wow.
5, deliberate knock-on.
Left foot. Pinged it about 50 yards.
Post.
And
Shot call.
Benson decided to go for the posts. Oh.
Not now, not now.
Let me just see this again.
Through your
Taken up.
captain.
This is,
It's on different terms. It's on different terms.
yeah, and there it was very, very deliberate by Marinov. So Benson. You know, he got one in front of the post, but he missed out wide earlier. So Benson, chance to make it 11-0. As I say, he missed one out wide and one in front of the post he got, so let's see. And that, what's they saying? Yeah, wide right. It's 1
Drinks
from
break.
3 at the moment.
Drinks break.
Yeah, just shaped a little bit right, that one.
Yeah, restart as a 22. Captain.
8-0 though, as we break for drinks. And I should remind everyone that everyone has their own individual drinks bottle, etc., etc. Yeah, 8-0 to Hampton. 17.5 minutes in, they're absolutely on fire. Really, really strong start. I think, yeah, as we've mentioned earlier, just getting the ball in the right areas of the field, having loads and loads of depth in their backline, and having ball players at 10, 12, and by the looks of things, Connor Cross at fullback as well, a bit of a ball player as well. So they've got loads of guys that want to get their hands on the ball, and it's proving pretty fruitful so far. But for Epsom, I'd say it's a case of a bit of indiscipline at the moment, looking to play in the right area of the field. We're not going to try and encourage everyone to kick the ball away, but maybe just to think a bit more about playing out of your own half, getting the ball away, keeping that discipline, and at 8-0 behind, they're not too far behind at all.
All right, now, there are some other games going on tonight, Angus. I know you have a little list there. and some other big games as well.
Yeah, loads going on. We've got we've had a load of stuff going on our Instagram actually. So we've been getting you all to vote on which games we think are going to be playing, and how you think these games are going to go. So we've got London Irish ACE against Kirkham Grammar School, and so far the poll is suggesting that London Irish are going to take that one. Massive game, Millfield v Clifton College. You're backing Millfield for that one. Up in the northwest, we've got Manchester Grammar against Cheadle Hulme. Huge swell of support for Manchester Grammar for that one at the moment. And then we have another game just down the road, actually, Seaford College versus RGS High Wycombe at Cobham. Seaford College getting the backing for that. And then a very special game that I really want to mention, which is Wellington College against Whitgift. Seb Adenner and Alule Memorial game. Seb was a player for Whitgift who then moved to Wellington College for sixth form. He sadly died 5 years ago. He was part of the Harlequins setup. He was on dual registration with Richmond at the time as well. England under-18 and under-20 international. So he's sorely missed, and you can find out all about his foundation at Seb's Foundation on Twitter. And they're playing tonight.
Thank you.
Many of you backing Wellington for that one. They're also playing cricket tomorrow, actually, as we get underway here.
Yeah, a big miss there.
Straight into touch.
And it was a great game, and I'm sure he will be remembered well at that game, and probably at the cricket as well.
As long as this rain holds off.
22, gents. Free kick.
We got a cricket game tomorrow as well. 67% chance they said it being off, or raining. Enough rain for it to be off, but fingers crossed everything does go ahead. So on the full straight out restart there from Epsom. So Hampton straight off into the 22.
Forward.
And that was Matt Lemoyne forward pass
12
to Reddish, and they hand the ball straight back.
Got to mention as well, actually, another game down the southwest, not just Millfield v Clifton College down there. We've got Richard Hewish College against King's College Taunton. Lots of you out there backing King's College Taunton.
So lots of schoolboy rugby back on. It's great to have it on. Can't wait for September when it's full throttle. We get back to these scrums, so it slows the ball down nicely so we can chat more. But at the moment, Benson, he's through 3 tackles there, still looking. Oh, look at that, great pass out there to Lucas Mangham. And Benson really showed his class there.
That is outrageously good from Jamie Benson. Absolutely stunning bit of play. First, the power, the sheer power to break through the tackle. Then the acceleration to get away. And just brilliant little draw and give on the fullback coming across there. You see the little double pump as he goes across. Here he goes. Look, he just puts his head down. Pure power to break through the tackle. And then here we go. Sets him up. Double pump. Off we go. Mangham's got a clear run through. If he doesn't do that double pump, Butt catches him. It's a brilliant bit of play from Benson.
Yeah, on the 5, on the 5.
The guy's got pedigree.
And in fairness to Mangham,
Yeah,
good work from the second row to keep
row,
up with
remember,
that.
there's no numbers. Remember, Russell might be listening. There's no numbers. We've all got the pace. I did one of those in my day as well, Angus.
There may be no numbers, but we certainly don't all have the pace.
That's very true, especially at second row. Benson adding the extras here. Chance to. No, everything's going right at the moment. So stays at 13-0, but Benson, he made that one. He might not be killer with the boot at the moment, but through the hands, he's really making a difference.
Yeah, I mean, that was just a glorious bit of play. Exceptional schoolboy rugby.
So Epsom got a lot of work to do now, but they've got the slope in the second half. And like, although they're at home, obviously COVID, there's no crowd here, there's nobody baying for Hampton blood and pumping everybody up. It's just the squad's on the outside and that's it. Very different.
No advantage, and we have another forward pass.
It was forward from Hampton.
Looks to me as though Arthur Hopley has come on for Hampton. I think that was him that took that kick-off there into the second row. Try scorer last week, of course. Nephew of England international Damien Hopley and son of Phil Hopley. So some pretty decent pedigree there from Arthur.
Does that mean his registration to the Players Association will be discounted?
You'd like to think so, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Well taken up there by Cade Bird. Liner. Nicely through the hands. And once again, that was Josh Lyon coming into the line.
Keith, put him out.
York.
Put him out. No 5, leave the ball 5.
Franks. Line up.
Number 1 and 4 offside.
Matthews.
Penalty advantage.
Good carry and good presentation. And
You're fine. You are fine. Number
Jamie
4
Parr
black
says offside.
and 1 offside.
that's against Easton Humphrey.
4 and 1 black offside.
And line inside, take the points.
Shot call, sorry.
Thoughts?
Yeah, I think that Epsom need to get themselves on the scoreboard. It's probably a good decision, and it's an easy 3. I'll be eating my words if he misses it, but I'd be surprised if he does. Easton Humphrey just offside there. It's this is an important little moment for Epsom. I think get on the scoreboard. 13-0 down. They're not rattled, but you know it's a shaky little moment. Get themselves on, get themselves back.
Yeah, just build up a bit of confidence. And my money says straight down the middle here from lineup. And look at that. You see the flags went up as it left his foot. It didn't even get anywhere near the post, and the flags had gone up.
He was turning and running back to halfway almost before he'd even kicked it.
Just give a step, simple. Give a step.
So we are underway, Epsom.
Number 2. You can see the back foot just as well as I can, all right?
So Benson, chance now to push them right down in that corner again. And the wingers out there, Sykes and Knight. Good pressure on the ball. Reddish takes it back up.
Hold.
And that's what the referee said.
Number 18,
hands in the
on
ruck.
the ground, playing the ball. Number 18, black, playing the ball
Epsom,
on the ground.
hands.
Tom Sims just getting a bit over enthusiastic on the deck there, I think. It's a bit of a shame for Hampton that, because they've been keeping Epsom under pressure, and Epsom have been finding it hard to get out of their own 22. So they don't want to be giving them easy chances like that, especially after they've just scored their first points of the game.
Just here, guys. Over here, Hampton. Thank you. Hampton. Where's the mark? I was given this as the mark. Where's my...
So,
Where did it go out? Where I am. Perfect, thank you. Where I am.
oh, the ref's happy with the mark. Move everybody back.
Oh, there, yeah.
Curious case of home touch judges, I think, was his issue there.
You've come off. Inside 15, please. Thank you. Wait, inside 15. Inside 15. Thank you.
Oh, well taken. Marinoff.
Use it!
Marinoff has done some nice little bits in there in the second row, along with good handling and the pace of the second rows with Mangum with a try. The Locks are playing well today. It was well played. Brynn Bradley again. Epsom coming. Got butt outside. Oh, and he's really, everybody called him now. Trying to get quick ball out. Liner. Ollie Matthews taking it up. Liner now. Plays out wide. Runner coming in. Liner again. Well played, Epsom. Still pushing, and just unfortunately knock on. And Hampton, instead of taking the penalty, just go really quick on it. Advantage over. So now they can make something of it, and they have. Excellent run, Joe Sykes. Brilliant play, good tackling there from Epsom, but it's Hampton non-stop. Other wing, Ethan Knight is up there. Support. Oh, really quick hands there from Reddish.
Number 8, black, side entry.
And Alex Taylor in from the side, but what a move from Hampton, Angus.
Just electric, wasn't it? soon as they won that penalty, they wanted to go wide. Absolutely charged down the right-hand side. Brilliant handling to shift the point of contact as well. And then just a little bit of indiscipline there from Taylor gives away the penalty.
But exceptional play. We just think clock off while the players take a get some refreshments and a bit of treatment there with the players. But they're going to be puffing at this point. That was electric, and Hampton and Epsom had it all going backwards.
Yeah, it's relentless stuff, isn't it? And that was a serious bit of play. I've been noticing actually over the last couple of minutes. We've seen a couple of carries from Epsom College number 8, Cade Bird. We haven't seen a lot of him so far, and he's a dangerous player when he's got the ball in hand. I'd like to see them get him into the game a bit more if they want to start coming back into this game a bit more. He's really powerful ball carrier, and if they can get him and Ollie Matthews kind of working in tandem as two of their great carriers in that pack, they might just start to find they're punching a few holes. At the moment, Bird's just a little wide, as is the Epsom way often, to keep their back row as wide as possible. Bring him in a bit tighter, punch a few holes. They may find some joy with that.
And Liner, thankfully, misses the cameras. Finds touch.
This is a good spot for a line-out if you're Epsom. Fast ball off the top and attack those wide channels. There's space to be found here.
There is. They're just coming out the bowl.
I'm back. There.
And they've got numbers out there.
Let's keep this space, please. Yeah, I know. 2 metres. Got to be 2 metres. 2 metres. Keep going. Timing. Inside 15. Yeah, you're good.
Full line out from Epsom. York. Oh, and it's stolen again by Hampton. Really well played there. Jack Slaney. And just doesn't come down with it. Takes 10 yards as well. Benson feeds Lamming. Hampton, they've just so got their foot on the accelerator. Not slowing down at all. Benson, and he goes long, looking for the run. That is 19 there, that's Hopley.
22.
But is back there, takes it down. Arthur Hopley chasing it up, looking for that ball across.
The steal from Slaney, the line-out Norse as he's been dubbed, but the pace after that from Hampton. They shift it wide, fly up the pitch, and then as they come back against the grain, Benson opts to kick, but the depth on their attack is just astonishing.
And like I was saying, it's relentless. When he stole that line out, he came down and we were forward 10 yards just from his feet hitting the ground. And now Connor Cross is making inroads.
He moved away.
The speed of the ball from Hampton is really impressive. Sean Thompson has really drilled these guys well. Pushing again. Oh, down the line. Taking, did they find? Yeah, they got him in the touch, but that's really exceptional play.
Easy. Tackle was fine for me.
There's Tim Lammin again.
A big tackle from Brynn Bradley, I think, down this channel. Yeah, there he goes.
Yeah.
Adds his considerable frame to the tackle.
Max Franks initially took him on there, and
Five called.
5-man line for Hampton, and so for Epsom, and time off. We got an injury.
Those are the little moments, though. Tackles like that, tackling a guy into touch. Just little swings of momentum that could be what Epsom need here.
I think that's Lamming. That he took the knock from that tackle. Was that Lamming?
Yeah, I think that is Lamming.
Yeah, he took that ball in that run, but he was hit by all 3 players. Remember, there's no head injuries in rugby. You just go off. There's no assessment, anything like that. Scoreboard rugby, you're looked at and off you go. He seems to be absolutely fine. I thought it was a knock to the
If I've missed it, apologies.
the ribs and everything else.
Are you happy?
Really enjoying on this this near touchline the battle between William Butt on the left wing for Epsom College and Joe Sykes on the right wing for Hampton. Both have made really good ground, and really enjoying their little sort of tete-a-tete together.
There's little battles all over the place here. It's nice when they happen right down in front of us. Right. We are back on. The pass as the clock's running again. So we are underway, and Epsom off the top. Liner going back through the middle. And Brynn Bradley.
21, leave it. Your player's got to roll.
With it, boys.
That's Jamie York taking it up. Oh, quick hands really taken there, and the ref says that was slightly forward, but that was very quick hands there.
Oh, I know it was forward, but could he not have just let that go?
Yeah, because it was really nice. Quick thick look at that on the ball. I mean, yeah, it was.
He's absolutely right, but oh wow, the handling there to get that away.
Vincent feeding Robinson. And the maul we nearly had a maul there. It was a quick call from the ref. No mauls allowed. Cross. And there we go. Sykes and Butt. And maybe he heard and Butt was worried. Sykes saw Butt come in. With a knock on, took his eye off it.
Again, they're in the midfield. Brynn Bradley stepping up in defence. That's twice now in the last 2 minutes. Starting to have a real impact on this game.
Liner. He's going cross field. Up and under. He's not going for touch. Oh, and we'll have the knock on there. And that's just what Epsom needed to get their gander up. Benson probably count on one hand the amount of times he does that.
It's a good tactic. Hang it high. It's moving about in the air. It's not a windy day, but you can see the wobble on that ball as soon as it left his foot. And the height that Liner got on that kick.
Yeah. Well up, Matthews.
Hold.
And they miss out. Oh. And that was the move there. Decided to completely miss that Liner at the fly half and go straight to the centres, but it's got to find hands and they've got to hold on to it. Interesting move, this Angus. Just missed out the fly half completely and go for that little pod they had built there.
Yeah, it's a good idea, and it you know, it's what we were talking about earlier. You had Cade Bird leading that sort of little trio, but they're possibly just a bit too wide out, putting too much pressure on the pass. Just need to step in a little bit.
Epsom come again. Oh, and that's really up quickly there from Matt Lemoyne. But Epsom recycle. Franks goes over the top, tries to find touch, but doesn't try and catch it that time. Benson controls it really well, puts it back up, and that's really well taken. That's Brynn Bradley again.
Hold.
Jamie York. Franks. Liner.
Advantage.
Really well played. Ollie Matthews. Now they've got a free ball. Free balled it. Hampton. There's Cade Bird again.
Still advantage.
Still advantage.
Free ball.
Now Liner's going to try and find. Oh, and that's really well taken. Brilliant play. Brilliant play. Advantage gone, but Josh King's taking it forward. It's recycled. Oh, around the blind side. Pushing all the way through. Great play by Ollie Matthews.
First movement was off feet by you.
Let's go.
And they put out a penalty and they're going quick.
Let him run.
Hampton had to let him go there.
Get on him.
It's Ollie Matthews again, getting up. Now Liner. He goes wide. Henry Dalton getting there. Butt trying to get there. Dalton again. It's non-stop on this touchline here. Hampton now. Get back in the line. Turtle.
Roll 4.
We're now camping.
Step for me, step. Always out.
Go wide.
Devon, leave the ball.
It's really well played by Hampton, but this is great defence by Hampton here. But Epsom are really putting the pressure on. And he's over.
The top of the ball hit the line, I saw it. Thank you.
And it's Olaya Denji. Great move there. Really powerful to the base of the ruck ball, what we would call it these days.
But really similar actually to Hampton's try in that it comes from some wonderful creativity to get the initial momentum, and then it's just power from the forwards up tight.
Yeah, on the. Yeah.
Really impressive stuff here. There's the ball at the back, and he drives up and over and just reaches out. Hampton are appealing for something, but Adenji found the line. Well played. Olaya Adenji and Epsom making strides back in here, 13-0 down. My money says Liner makes this, 13-11. And we're just coming up to half-time. Exceptionally good first half. And look at that, straight through the middle.
Well, that is half-time.
And that is half-time. And we are at 13-10 minuses. Yep, there we go. 13-10 is the half-time, and Epsom have come back into this game. The first 20 was all Hampton, but they really come back into it.
Yeah, well, we said sort of towards the end of that half that Brynn Bradley was starting to have a real impact in the game, and then we then saw a high ball from Tom Lino that put Hampton under all sorts of pressure, and those two came to work together with a huge crossfield kick from Tom Lino, brilliantly claimed by Bradley, who then gets the offload away. Ollie Matthews goes absolutely storming down the right-hand side. Bradley gets his hands on the ball again, and then the forwards put the power on for Adenji to get over the line. It was a brilliant bit of play, and we just pieced together all those little bits of good play that we'd seen from Epsom, all came together in one movement to allow it to go.
Okay, so let's have a look at the those tries again. I'll let you talk us through them, Angus.
Well, this is the Reddish score. It came from an electric break down the right-hand side. And then Reddish just with brilliant power to get himself over the line. Ball almost popped between his legs, but he manages to get himself across with the placement. Hint of a double movement, actually, on fourth viewing of that.
Well, obviously not, because Jamie Parr didn't think so. And we know the ref's always right.
Exactly. And this is just all Jamie Benson. Huge amount of power to get through the tackle. The slowing up, double pump. And away you go. Lucas Mangum gets himself across the line despite the attentions of the defender.
So they opened up a 13-0 gap, pulled back with a penalty, and then this try from Adenji.
Well, again, I talked you through it a moment ago how they built up to this point, but that's just a brutally powerful bit of play from Adenji to get himself over. He was not on the try line when he started that move. He was 4 or 5 yards back and drove his way forward. Brilliantly powerful bit of play, but it all stemmed from that wonderful connection between Leiniger and Bradley, and then Bradley bringing Matthews back into the game, getting his hands on the ball again for that second phase, and from that point on, it was just Hampton on the back foot, looking to keep them out, and really in those situations, it is a matter of when and not if, as it was for Hampton's opening score.
It certainly is. And bottom right, you might have seen there, Samurai Sportswear, specialist in custom-made teamwear as worn by Exeter Chiefs. Big shout out to them, and thank you to them for helping put these streams together. Now, we've got more streams coming our way. Angus, what have we got lined up? We've got 28th of May is our next one at the moment.
28th of May, yeah. Reeds are playing Felsted, which should be a fantastic game. Two schools that aren't really on the same circuit, but know each other well from the Sevens circuit. It'll be great to see them playing against each other again. Bit like this game. Two schools that really like to throw the ball around. And then we're heading up to Edinburgh, the 22nd of June. Merchiston Castle versus Edinburgh Academy. Not 100% confirmed, but we'll give it the big one anyway. Oldest school fixture around in the world.
In the world,
I believe.
So
oldest school fixture in the world.
We've got a worldie coming.
Yeah.
Excellent stuff. And then we might have another one in the Midlands. Just waiting for that one to be confirmed.
Yeah, hoping to be able to cover Denson College against Stamford, which would be a cracking game. Two schools that are part of the Leicester Academy sort of catchment area, and loads and loads of Leicester players there. So hopefully that one will go ahead, because we'd love to cover that.
And I don't want to be shy. Anybody else out there that wants some streams, get on Next Gen 15. We're building this. Obviously, the main momentum is going to be for next season now, but we want to bring you as much schoolboy rugby as we can. Remember, we're the home of schoolboy rugby, and we want to bring you as many games possibly and really give these kids a chance to highlight their skills on the silver screen.
Well, exactly. It's all about giving these young lads the chance to make this all feel even more special. You know, these really are the rugby days of your lives. You know, some of these guys will go on to bigger and better things than schoolboy rugby, but for the majority, this is as good as it gets. This is the most professional setup you will get. This is the most enjoyable setup you'll get. This is the most freedom you'll get to play with.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's there's not a lot of percentage play at this level. It's like, have a go, let's go then. And we are back and ready to go for the second half, and it's going to be just the lineup that gets us underway. And so at 3-point deficit, let's hope we can put it there, but Hampton already straight back in there. One for Henry Dalton to deal with. Oh, good. Excellent play by line and take 3 players off there and the handoff. Hampton a set. Will play Jamie York.
No, not now, 19!
Line up. Fancies it himself again, comes back inside. But he's holding on there, or he's not being released, and the referee says...
I can't reward you when 6 hasn't rolled clear.
Right, that was Joe Watton not rolling clear. Looked like
6 black rolled
it's a
clear.
flick of the coin, isn't it? Was he holding on? Was he not being released?
Yeah, I think what he's saying there is that the man competing for the ball was legal, but sadly there was a player beneath him that wasn't rolling away.
Oh, there we are.
Now we can see there, yeah. He's on the ball legally, but not rolling away in front of him.
Perfect technique.
See, and that's why I'm not a referee.
Perfect. You will find 6 has got to roll clear first.
And Jamie Parr just confirming to the Hampton boys what is required. And when we watch it on the replay, do you know what? He's 100% right.
Always good when the ref definitely knows better than us.
There you go, along the back, and they win this time. It's out to Franks. Backwards, the ref says. That's Franks, makes some good yards there. York takes it up.
Use it!
Strong play from Matthews. Brynn Bradley, really well played. You've got to regroup again. This defence from Hampton, they're not giving an inch. Denji taken out well there by Slaney. Liner again. Bradley. And now it's Cade Bird. And this is what you said, Angus, about wanting him on the ball more. Well up, Turtle. Some big hits going in there already. And going on at pace. Line, oh, good hands. Really well played.
Work harder on offside 3.
Now it's a free ball. No, it's offside.
Holding on.
Holding on, not releasing. Says Parr. I thought he called offside earlier than that.
2 white. Holding on.
It's against Jamie York, holding on.
Brilliant word from Joe Watton on the floor. I think what we were hearing was that people had to be careful on their offside entry into the ruck, but I think that was in the attacking side. Great work from Watton on the floor.
And just one that's gone on. Reece Day has come into the fold, replacing Zach O'Connor.
10, let's go, please.
And also Joshua King has come off.
Reece Day coming on for his debut.
The player who was the wrong side prevented the white clear.
And that's the awesome thing about these games, actually. All these guys that, you know, would have been making their debuts way back in September sometime, finally getting the chance to put on their first team shirt for the very first time. Yeah, Epsom have got 3 debutants on the bench. Hampton have been handing out debuts left, right and centre over the last fortnight. It's just awesome for these guys that they're actually getting this opportunity.
Yeah. And asking us to come and make it such a big day for them as well, which is great.
Well, exactly. After a year like everyone's just had, it's, you know, these guys deserve for this to feel as special as it possibly can.
That's well taken there. Joe Watton does all the good work, and in the line out was excellent. Humphrey takes it up. Lamming, and he played well, but forward.
Forward pass. Forward pass.
So we just start again.
10. Captain.
It's a bit more bitty this second half, probably reflecting the tightness of the scoreline. Yeah, that was clearly forward, wasn't it?
Well, it wasn't debatable, put it like that. I didn't see it the first time, but that was very much forward. Put up really high there by Liner. Like you say, you can really get some height on those kicks. Hampton fancy this out wide.
People down here.
Tackle, release 8. 12, leave the ball.
Really well played.
On our feet, on our feet.
It's at the centre of everything at the moment. Benson. Now Greenall. Tester for Dalton.
Take it in.
And Liner puts it up. That's coming down with snow on it again. And Robinson couldn't retrieve it. But great play there from Liner.
It's the height that Liner's getting on these kicks. It's just extraordinary.
Exactly, it's coming down with a bit of ice on it. And like you were saying earlier, it's no windy, but they're swirling around in this little...
Yeah, he's getting the ball to move in the air, and it's coming from such a height that you're just waiting and waiting and waiting. And the trouble is, you know that on the other end, when the ball lands in your arms, there's someone coming with a huge hit. Very, very difficult to retain your composure and take those sometimes.
Yeah, they're being tested on the high balls. And that's right over the back for Cade Bird. That's what you were asking for. And getting through is Josh Lyon. He's nearly through. Thanks. They're still going down the blind side. Great play from Epsom. Now it's a Denji again. And 18, Reece Day on his debut, straight off his feet.
18 White, straight off his feet.
So close.
It's a couple of times now that Hampton have got away with penalties deep in their own 22 early on in this second half. They're crucial, crucial moments. But that's exactly what we were calling from Epsom. Get those 2 big power runners into the game, Cade Bird and Brynn Bradley, and then you can play off that. And we saw Josh Lyon. Once you get that front foot ball, they've got some devastating runners, and Lyon's a fantastic player. I remember talking about him playing against Whitgift and how exceptional he was there and how underrated he was. And we saw it there with his power to get away and almost wriggle his way across the line.
Really good move there. And you see Paul Burt standing over Cade Bird, looking on. Hopefully he's all okay. Cade Bird has really started coming into this game. He's one you picked out earlier, Angus, about the effect he can have.
Yeah, I was really excited before this game about his head-to-head with Alex Taylor at number 8, and he really impressed me last time out. And it's good to see him back on his feet because he is starting to have a big influence.
We are back on drinks off, says the ref. Let's get going. They're going to get drinks again shortly. What's that? Well, in 2 more minutes they get drinks, don't they? No, 35, 52. Oh, long wait yet then.
18 White, off feet.
Reece Day was penalised off white there, but off his feet. But it didn't help that the Hampton player took his feet away for him.
Let's go, boys, come on.
As any good flanker would say,
Exactly.
it's only cheating if you're spotted.
Well said.
How many Hampton? Thank you.
Samurai Sportswear, specialists in custom-made team
Who's your
wear.
hooker in the channel, gents?
Have a go at designing your own kit on their 3D kit designer, samuraisports.com.
2 meters. Move
Shout
across.
out to them. Thank you for
Thank you.
being on the stream today, making it all possible. Ball right over the back, but Epsom just pushed that straight back. Epsom's defence at the moment really on the front foot, trying to turn this ball back over again. Really good defence, but Hampton is setting it back, and it's going to be Greenall puts it up, and there's Butt. It's Henry Dalton. He's made some good yards there, taking it back to Hampton.
Good work.
Line up. Brynn Bradley again. Oh, liner. Both these fly halves, they like to make a few yards. York. Really well played from Franks. Finds touch gorgeously there. Really well played. Good pressure on the ball.
That's awesome from Franks. Really intelligent grown-up play to stick that down in that corner. He spotted that there was space. Brilliant work from Dalton, though, actually, to make the initial bust. Brilliant footwork from him. Dancing this way and that, and then obviously just a bit of standard magic from Lino. And then smart play there from Franks at 9. Puts the pressure on Hampton, asking them to get themselves out of their own 22.
Tell you as well, Louis Russell has come onto the pitch during the change, so Epsom making sure all the players get a run out.
Hold.
Hampton's got some defending to do, but again, as that ball comes down, they go forward.
Taken in.
Benson puts it back up. And there is Louis Russell. Ball to Dalton, but it slows down. Now Liner. And he tried to take it out the side of his arm there, but it went forward. A little bit too much there from Liner.
Yeah, just once that initial pass had gone to ground, they probably had to accept that it was time to tighten up and just play it through. Liner, in fairness to him, does try and straighten it up, but just needs to tuck that one down. But you can't criticise someone for trying something a bit special.
Well, I don't know if it was just Bradley that popped it on or it was the Liner one, but exceptional. Oh, Denji did really well there.
Off the foot.
And so off the foot, says the referee. With the pressure on the line, Ethan Knight has to go back. And a Denji again. He did so well jackling that first one. Now Robinson. Greenall. One bringing in Connor Cross. And now that's Arthur Hopley.
Tackle release 14!
Off the line!
Not on the ball. Leave it. You weren't on the ball.
Benson. Robinson taking it up. He's been held up really well there. But it's difficult there as it was called against Lyon there. He's got to release him, but I mean, it goes against the grain completely, doesn't it?
Tell you what, though, Robinson, he's not a big man, but he's got a hell of a lot of heart on him. Because he got sent up there on the crash line that there's no way that he could have been thinking in his head that he wanted that one. But he's managed to get himself to deck and win the penalty because
they created a maul.
because people get excited, basically.
Exactly. So we had the first tackle there. We had the man, the ref was saying before, latching on. And suddenly, you know, we had proper rugby going on, but we're not allowed that at the moment.
There you go.
That was a really good attempt there, try and keep the ball in. But right on the line now, Hampton. got a chance to extend their lead.
They're fine to run through. They're fine to run through.
Work to be done here by Epsom. Playing ball around the back, really well played. Slaney, got good defence. This is where they've got a free ball now as well.
7 wide.
Got to go wide.
And it was penalty against Henry Lies.
Hold on.
And the ref says, hold on, so it was Lies.
7 whites, roll away.
Not rolling away.
No pre-bind. No pre-bind. Behind the line. Behind the line.
Alex Taylor is going to tap
No
and go.
pre-latch.
Epsom hold him up, and that's
Held up.
held up. So we go.
On the 5.
So we go again from the same.
That's the one area that this no scrum law,
Hold on.
it's a big advantage actually as an attacking side to just get a 5-metre tap for free every time.
And this time,
No, there doesn't.
no bind.
You were excellent
He's
first
makes that
time.
Alex Taylor. It's
Keep
got to
it
go
up.
on his
No
own.
pre-bind.
And he's just pushed back where he started from.
Behind. 2 step.
Epsom doing really well here. Hampton haven't really gone forward on this. They keep pushing them back.
Step,
Can they
please,
make this
step,
pressure
please.
tell?
Thank you.
Great run off there. I think it was Lamin again coming in.
Tackle release.
And it's
over
held
the
up.
line. Held up over the line.
That's brilliant defence
Held up
from
over the
Epsom.
line.
I think Hampton have to think a bit differently here. It's becoming pretty clear that on the physicality stakes, Epsom probably just have the edge, but ball play, Hampton have it.
Short.
And they go again, and they squeeze round the outside.
He's been tackled and he's had 1 reach and he's scored the try.
And I think it's Rupert Reddish again.
Reddish again, and well, ignore me. Hampton know exactly what they're doing. Rupert Reddish puts the power on, gets the big reach in, gets himself across the line for his 2nd try of the day. Fantastic work from the hooker.
See it here, they went quick. There was the tackle, and oh, look at that reach. Exceptional stuff there.
Yeah. Fantastic
That is impressive.
ball control.
And look at that. He's joyed up on that one. Rupert Reddish. What a reach. I really like that.
It's an underrated bit of skill because you've got bodies absolutely flying at you and you're trying to hold on to the ball, perfect balance, one-handed, reaching for the try line. Very, very underrated bit of skill and hell of a finish from the young man.
And Benson doesn't miss that one. And so they've opened up a 10-point gap again, but that's really, really well played from Reddish. You really made the most of that. I think Epsom thought that they tackled good in the ground, but they hadn't taken care of the ball, and just one very long arm pops it out and gets there.
Well, that was a key score actually as well, because I've been feeling over the course of this early period of the second half and the late end of the first half, Epsom started to come into this game. Their physicality was really starting to dominate. But a good bit of power there from Reddish to get over, and then Liner with a mistake putting the ball straight out, and suddenly Hampton have got their tails up and they're looking to go.
And we've got to play down with Cramp. The Cramp's coming in already. These lads, they haven't really been able to get the game. It was brilliant, but to get the game time in. And so it's going to start showing now.
Well, the thing we have to remember as well is it's 10 degrees hotter than these lads are used to.
Yeah. Subtropical, says the man with the big coat on. There's Butt, calls the mark.
Let's go.
Hold on.
Let's go.
Yeah, you've got to be 10 metres. Got to be 10 metres.
So drinks break coming up. Chance for Epsom to regroup at the moment, I think.
Let's chase. Let's go. Let's get the chase. Chase. Louis. Louis.
Vincent. Greenall.
Tackle release 10. Hold.
Taken up really well by Hampton. And now Ethan Humphrey. That was a great run by Ethan Knight again. Benson. Oh, nice hands there. And Connor Cross couldn't quite get it away. But Benson, he just keeps going, and it pops out into a... Pops out into a Hampton hand. The ball over the top, kick through, and that's straight out. Is it straight out? It's
straight out.
Yeah, I think that's drifted just straight out.
It was.
Water break.
And that is the water break. We are at 52.5 minutes.
It'll be a line out there.
Players water break, and it's going to be a line out Hampton when we go back. So it's all happening, Angus. Suddenly, it looking tight. Epsom coming back into it. Hampton pull away with a try, and now suddenly it was all Epsom again.
Yeah, it was a sort of strong, really strong period for Epsom College either side of the half-time break. But Hampton with the score from Rupert Reddish to sort of pull out to a 10-point advantage with Benson's conversion. And worth pointing out about Reddish as well, because it's true of a number of players on both sides. He was a London Irish Academy player until this year, but has elected to play for the school throughout this month-long period rather than playing for the academy, which is true of a number of players on both sides for various different academies, and I think shows what it means to be coming along and playing with your mates in this month of rugby after a year and some really without a game. It's amazing to see. It's an amazing bit of loyalty. It's an amazing bit of the spirit of schoolboy rugby. Schoolboy rugby really is about playing with your mates, playing with freedom, having fun. And that's exactly what we're seeing from these guys. And I take my hat off to the ones that have made that decision.
And if he'd gone to the academy, he wouldn't be on TV. So it's just like win-win-win, isn't it?
And now we get to the real reason.
Yeah, exactly. He heard, like that mole in our England camp, and the everyone that comes down a grapevine to us. He knew that if he stayed here, it'd be being seen on Next Gen 15, the home of schoolboy rugby.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a shame that this month-long window, there's not been more done to perhaps create a window for schoolboy rugby and a window for academy rugby. I'm not entirely sure it's fair on the lads that they're being put in a position of perhaps having to make some of those decisions. The world we live in at the moment, there are no easy decisions for anyone on a lot of these things, but you do wonder if perhaps there could have been something done to create a window for both rather than a window where everyone's trying to play at the same time.
And do you think that playing for the academy or playing for your school, choosing that it would be like the academy, not that they're saying this, but well, if you want a contract, if you've got to be with us because we've got to see you, rather than go and play for the schools, we wouldn't be able to see you, you may enjoy it more, but we're talking about your career here.
I think for a handful that's possibly true, but I think the reality is that the majority of academies know who's getting contracted and probably made those decisions a few months ago. I think it's more about perhaps giving those guys who are getting contracts, making sure that they get game time for the academy and getting to see them in action and develop their game. It's if you're taking on 5 academy guys, it's the rest of the squad that perhaps are in that awkward position of going, well, which shirt do I have more pride playing in effectively? And that's a difficult position to put a 17 or 18-year-old kid in, to be having to be under that sort of pressure and make that kind of a decision.
So we are back underway, and Epsom straight off. So Epsom take it up, but Hampton turn it over straight away, and so all that little momentum that they were hoping to build straight after. Well played by Slaney. It's good offload there from Lamming. Good, strong play. That was Greenall. So sorry, Reddish again being involved. He's everywhere. Really well played again, Ethan Knight. I'm saying this about all these players. They're all having. And that's what an offload by Benson. You say about players being able to stand out. He does stand out somewhat. No wonder he finished #1 on that poll, on our poll.
Off the line.
Now, Epsom got the chance, but did they kick it away too early? Oh, it's brilliantly taken by Knight. But Josh Lyon was up, putting the pressure on. And Cade Bird, big #8 up there. Not out, says the ref. Is that Brynn Bradley trying to get up there and put the pressure on?
Advantage.
That's it. That's it.
No advantage.
Boys, they're going nowhere.
All in the motion of the tackle, just a knock on.
Toby Robinson on Knight's little kick return there with one of those bits of play that I absolutely love to see from young flankers. He's just escorted his man through with just a little turn of the shoulder, bumped the on-rushing player just out the way. No ref's going to blow for it because it's too subtle for that. Just a clever little bit of play, the sort of thing that any good young open side you want to see doing.
Needs to watch the game back and pick up on those bits. All these players have been impressive all the way through, and Benson takes him another 20 yards down the pitch.
Epsom ball. Just under 14. There's your mark. Two. On your man. Thank you.
Sir, straight out. Straight out. Straight out, sir. Is it straight out, sir? On the full.
I think we're looking at another Tom Liner high ball here would be my suspicion of this play.
We spoke about that before the game.
Yeah, I think they need to, obviously, Hampton have been taking some of these line-outs, but, and again, the line-out doesn't go clear, so that high ball turns into Liner going through, stripped of his shorts.
We go back into the dugout. Keep working, keep working, keep
It's a
working.
PG program.
Yep, just about. Oh, really good, great running by McMillan, just pulling his man out wide with him as well, which reset. Oh, this is really good hands by Reddish. He's having a great game. And there he is, the scrum half. Now Slaney. And Denji slows them down. And knock on there. Hampton, such quick hands. Really impressive.
Yeah, Hanley really well, and Reddish having a bit of a stormer now. 2 tries to his name and starting to get his hands on the ball.
I'm not going to stop for that.
Let's go. Tom, left corner.
But Epsom causing a bit of havoc there at the breakdown for them, forcing the knock-on on the deck.
The defensive play has been amazing. I think Liner's going to go long. He does. And he sends Benson back.
Inside, always
Over his head. Oh, and he's got away from his player, and I think that's Luke Marsh, 21, that's come on. And Denji in but late. Ball had already gone. So the momentum is still, and there's
backwards for me, backwards
the ref's
for me.
happy with that. He says backwards, so it's still Hampton.
Off the ball too!
They're keeping it tight, although they've got numbers. They come wide. And
There's a knock on first, so we'll take the free kick.
It just looks so easy for Jamie Benson on that kick return. The amount of time that he gives himself just through his own composure, just ridiculous.
Got the watch, sir.
yeah, 1, 2.
Step,
22
dummy.
is that? That's Charlie Redknapp. He just goes past. And look at that for a little offload. Amazing play. So that's Charlie Redknapp onto the pitch. So that I think that's every Epsom player has come onto the pitch now.
Charlie Redknapp, another one making his debut today.
As you were saying earlier, debut in May. It's, who would have believed it?
Yeah, it's just so bizarre, isn't it? It's like nothing else you can imagine. But you know, for Redknapp, Day, and Swan, it's a proud day nonetheless.
It is. And a big shout out for Epsom made this all possible. These, what they're calling legacy games. We've already live streamed their netball, we've live streamed their hockey. We've had one of the a rugby game, another one here, and they're trying to really go out their way to make it special for these players. You know, making these games, streaming them live because spectators can't come in there, and give the lads a real memory, something to like look back continually. You know, as I said, if there was footage of me playing, my kids would watch it before tea every night.
Well, that's the thing. We have a 4-week window here of sporting opportunity for people, and you know, and then that's it. You know, half these people, more than half, they move on. They go to university. They go on a gap year. Their school career is done. Let's make it as special as possible.
No,
Let's make it as special as possible right around the country.
Yeah. Given those opportunities, and an opportunity is this one for Epsom to
3 black entry.
in from the side, and so this is a full penalty, so we can kick for touch. But that's not so great from Liner, and it's going to come back probably with a little bit of interest on it. Great pass. Ethan Knight doing really well there. He's got Robinson outside him. Reece Day does really well getting there. That's really well played as well by Brynn Bradley. And pushing it back. Ollie Matthews is doing really well in there. But tiredness is coming into everybody. Now Benson, you've got to back him here. Comes inside. There's Robinson again. It's so difficult for these players to leave that ball alone. Ollie Matthews non-stop. You just feel as if every time they get into the line that Hampton have got the ability to score. They've got the magic of Benson and then Reddish driving through. Here we go again. This time it's Taylor. And Tim Lanning pushed back. Cade Bird with a great tackle. Is it Reddish again? Is it?
That's a hat-trick from a hooker.
Is it Reddish again? I think it is. It looked like it. I just couldn't believe it.
Get him on the line, Storm.
There we go. Look at that. Is that guy pumped up, or is he pumped up? If only he knew where the camera was as well. A hat-trick from the hooker.
Well, you said it. Every time Hampton have started to get on the ball, they've started to look like they're going to score, and Reddish in particular.
Captain, we're on this line, please.
They're going flying at the line time after time after time. Bird with a big tackle, but as Hampton move the ball back in field, Reddish just bumps off 1, 2, 3, 4 tacklers, gets himself over the line for his hat-trick.
And it's that long arm he pumps out as well again there. That's impressive stuff. Rupert Reddish, a hat-trick.
I think that one counts as long range for him as well.
And Benson adds the extras.
Oh, it was another fantastic bit of play from Reddish, and we've been saying it actually for the last few minutes. It's not just the tries he's scoring; he's getting his hands on the ball, playing some really lovely rugby. Super impressive, and as you say, boy does he look pumped up.
Certainly does. And so Epsom got 9 minutes to try and put a bit more shine on this result. The referee just counting all the players. He's happy. Hampton not giving an inch. Oh, it's turned over. This time Will Swan.
No one!
And that's Zach O'Connor. So, is it Zach O'Connor? Yeah. Oh, nice inside pass there. Jamie York. Liner. Bradley. They've got numbers outside. Hampton's defence. This is impressive as their attack. Reece Day. Good support there from George Morley. Oh, nice little move back inside from Franks. They got a free ball, got the advantage. And trying to go through the middle, but they're going quickly again. Bradley, Bird, And he's been held up really well. He's going to do well getting that back, and he does. Still going round the outside, and he's over. It is. And that's George Morley. He's just come on, and he's not back with a try. Excellent from Epsom.
What a response from Epsom College. We said that they only had, what, 7-8 minutes to get themselves back into the game. They've done it at the earliest possible opportunity, playing some serious power right through the middle, and then looking wide from Brynn Bradley on the quick tap, and then it's just 2 phases and bang. Morley just crashing over.
Brilliant play. Really, really good stuff from Epsom. It looked like they were down and out 27-10, but they come back straight away. There's George Morley. Just called him out just before then. He was doing some great stuff, and he really delivered there. And liner, I'd say that's good. It is.
But that's exactly, though, what we've been saying through the game. When Epsom have looked at their best against Hampton, it's been when they've gone to that power game, sort of off 9, off 10, and then moving wide, rather than looking to go wide straight away, whereas Hampton are looking like the more threatening side when they go wide early, get up into the 22, and then turn the power on in that sort of 5-metre area. Really, really good score that from Epsom. Perfect timing. Sets up for a grandstand finish.
10 points, 2 scores, 5 minutes. After a 6-3, it doesn't get much better than this. Benson goes long and pushes back. Zach O'Connor. Good strong run from Zach. Franks. Well played. Ollie Matthews. Now liner. Puts it up. It's coming down with a bit of snow on it again. We're taking really well at the time. Connor cross. And that's really good play. And that's Brynn Bradley again with the tackle. Solid stuff here.
Pull him out, Louis. Soft Kate.
He's going to knock on there, but Arthur Hopley coming in the line again there, did really well. And we got Neo Sugarat Hummel on as well there.
Come on, boys, let's go,
Finding himself, as all these players are, part of this game today. Make sure they all get a run out. Yeah, and Ethan Knight just couldn't keep hold of it. And knock on. I think that was Leo Hales with a knock on. Cramped time off, thankfully, as Leo Hales comes back. No, it was just couldn't find the hands of Leo Hales.
But I'll tell you what, Cade Bird coming in with a huge defensive play to turn the ball over in that last attacking phase from Hampton, and some serious power coming through from Epsom now. Everyone taking a well-earned breather, I think. Yeah,
so they're taking the breather, chance to regroup, but unfortunately it's going to be Hampton pumping it downfield again. That's the problem with the no scrums. And you've got players like Liner and Benson, they just like, okay, oh, right, penalty, right, let's put 60 yards on it then, please, you know?
I think he's going high with this. This could go very high.
Yeah, he's making the call. Get all these players in the right place.
10 metres, take one more for me, please.
It's good though, because he's taking a good 30 seconds off here. The clock's back on. As you said, Angus, very smart rugby brain. Probably, and there, the clock's back on now.
Smart man all round. Got an offer from Cambridge University, head boy of Hampton.
Straight out, sir. Straight out.
Knows what he's about.
Let's play.
So you mentioned he got an offer from Cambridge. Quins are on the sniff. It'd be nice to think if you could do both.
Well, there's a bit of precedent for it. Jake Hennessy from KCS Wimbledon a few years back was Harlequin Senior Academy and played the varsity match with Cambridge. I think he played Scotland under-19 as well, if my memory serves. So it's been done. It is possible. certainly a lot of emphasis from clubs now on making sure you get your education. I think there's a bit of recognition that rugby's a short career, and it can be very short sometimes.
Yeah. And you don't often get many offers from Cambridge. Oh, and it's Hampton just got a hand to it and got it back. And so they got the opportunity of running this 2.5 minutes down.
18 white, release! 18
Well
white!
played there. Easton Harris managed to keep hold of it. Thomas Sim playing really well. They're taking it up. Well played, Sim. Runners coming round. Now it's let Lemoyne.
18 white, release!
It was Jack Slaney. Alex Taylor.
2 whites, release!
Gaps are opening in that defence there.
Cade Bird is getting through a mountain of work. He's made 4 tackles in 5 phases.
He's still coming at them strong.
16 white!
Unfortunately, Hampton, and they got a free ball. Well, money says Hampton are going to probably get over here. And Greenall goes himself.
No advantage.
And we go back for the penalty.
Give it to Reddish.
Yeah.
16 white.
Are you allowed to
clear
score
release.
4 tries in a game as a hooker? I don't think that's allowed, is it?
It's an immediate red card from the front row union, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, exactly. You'll never be allowed in there.
Yeah.
Benson goes with touch. So they're inside the last minute. Yeah, and you see they just not rolling away, getting away quick enough there for the ref. Just non-stop from Hampton. Really impressive
Let's
stuff.
go, Hampton!
So inside the last 30 seconds.
Looks to me like Hampton are bringing Connor
Numbers,
Cross
please.
into the line out, the fullback there. No, I'm wrong. It's Arthur Hopley.
Yeah.
Similar looking lads.
Hold on. It's 5-man, Epsom. Yeah, but they had to get rid of 1 to start with. Okay, time on. Let's
Time
go.
back on. We'll reset.
Advantage.
Not taken.
No advantage. It was a knock on into your own player. Penalty on the 15.
So knock on.
Knock on, and he played it in front.
So
Knock
now
on, and he played it in front.
a chance just to get back on the scoreboard. The game's too late, but Liner goes long and finds touch.
Wow.
That was he on his own 5 there? That's some boot on the boy, isn't it?
That's one of the most extraordinary touch finders I've seen at schoolboy level. That was ridiculous. Judged to absolute perfection.
No, we can't,
You're on the line. Yeah.
did them down at Sherborne School, no, Blundell's last season in the Cup, and the boot on him then was amazing, and it's just got better and better. I think Queensland have got quite a good little player on their hands coming up.
Outside.
Oh, not straight, and will that be full time?
Easy. Back 10 metres. Back 10 metres.
And his kicking's only going to get better because he's going to be working with Dave Allred down in Queensland, if memory serves.
Will he be going before the Allred Trophies over here that we got coming up?
Not straight.
Yeah, I think he'll be down there before the Allred Trophy, but we've got that coming up in July. Finding the best young kicker in the UK. That's going to be a pretty cool day. The finals in July up in Nottingham.
Look forward to that. Hopefully we'll be bringing you that live as well. And Benson taps and finds the touch. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the final action of the game. And Hampton have run out winners by 27 points to 17. And that has been a stormer of a game, Angus.
Absolutely cracking game. Everything we could have wanted after 433 long days without a live game of schoolboy rugby. Hampton, that is a famous win. You know, they've not been a big school on the schoolboy circuit for a long time. They have been the last few years, but it's only in the last few years. That's a huge result in their history. 4 cracking tries, 3 from Reddish from inches.
I'm sure they'll be a lot further than that tonight.
They'll be from halfway before too long, yeah.
So that's all the hard. Obviously, Zoran Higgins there before, like building. Sean Thompson's come on, and he's really taken them on in leaps and bounds, and he's built a formidable rugby school here at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, as we mentioned earlier on in the commentary, there are 13 lads here who joined the school as 11-year-olds. Almost all the rest joined as 13-year-olds. Only one player that came in for sixth form, and that's Connor Cross, playing just his second game for the school today. And it's, you know, just fantastic to see that a relatively small school numbers-wise in terms of its rugby, just absolutely coming in and taking the school scene by storm. But definitely want to pay tribute to Epsom College, who put on a fantastic show as well. You know, some of their play in that mid-section of the game was fantastic, and they really rallied towards the end and looked like the comeback was on.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be there. So let's have a look at the story of the game. Let's look back through it. So it started off, and Reddish's first, 7 minutes on the clock. And what's this one? This is about... There it goes between his legs, and then he pulls it forward. And then gets it down.
Powerful finish there. Hints of some movement, but a powerful finish from him.
We'll talk over that bit.
Wouldn't
really
want to
quickly.
begrudge him his hat-trick, though.
And then the next one. And
Just
it was
glorious.
the Benson run, wasn't it?
Just glorious. Look at that. It's this. Pump. Straight out of the George Ford textbook, that. And Mangum crosses the line for a deserved try.
And then Epsom started bringing it back, and it was a Denji. Strong, you said at the time, strong, powerful play from the back of the ruck. He picks it up here and up and over, and powers through.
Yeah, look at that. He's picked that up sort of 4.5 yards out from the try line and still managed to power through the defence. That's fantastic stuff. And it all came from that wonderful bit of interchange between Leining and Bradley.
And that is impressive. He picks it and goes himself. And that reach, Angus.
Yeah, huge reach for a man who's got relatively short arms on him. He managed to get the old telescopic arm out there. Fantastic finish. And then, well, it was all about the hat-trick, wasn't it?
It was. And you really see him get it. And he was, well, let's just say he was a little bit pumped after this one. Straight through to him. Missed 3 players out. Steams over. A hat-trick for the hooker.
Well, you can see he had his tail up. He was pointing, calling for it, wanted it. And boy, did he deliver.
And then we're back here and coming into the play. This was the Morley. Yeah, really well picked up there by George Morley. And we thought it was all going to be coming back. Thought it was going to be happening. But Hampton just held on and just kept it going. And very impressive there. We will be bringing you, we've got both Sean Thompson and Paul Burke making their way across for us. But at the moment, they see Paul having some wise words with his players, telling them about what a stellar game they've had and season.
Well,
a 4-week season.
I think what we've got to recognise is that both sides played well today. You know, we said at the top of this that it wasn't really about the score; it was about everyone coming out and you know, just having the chance to play, and both sides really did go out and play. There was it was full-blooded, it was wide, it was attacking, it was full of beans from both you know, throughout the game, and they both had their moments where it looked like it could swing their way. But you know, I do have to take my hat off to Hampton, because that is a fantastic performance from them in kind of every department of the game, really.
It was, and I tell you what impressed me at the end, the players, I mean, they all know each other. And, you know, there was no bragging rights at the end there. Everybody was just, you know, for each other. And so we have got the coaches coming across now. And we'll get Angus to get a chat with Paul first.
So we've got some other games on as well, just while we wait. Worth pointing out that, you know, London Irish ACE are up against Kirkham Grammar, Millfield up against Clifton College, Manchester Grammar against Cheadle Hulme, Seaford College playing against RGS High Wycombe today, Richard Hewish against King's College Taunton, and of course that very special game for Sebadena and Alule over at Wellington College as they host Whitgift. There's also a massive game on tomorrow where Sedbergh will be hosting Gosforth Academy. Of course, two sides that have a lot of involvement with the Newcastle Falcons Academy, so be plenty of familiar faces going head to head. But over here at Epsom College, we've had a fantastic game between Epsom and Hampton, and Paul Burke's just here to talk to us. Paul, what did you think of the game?
I thought it was just a cracking game, schoolboy rugby. Full credit to both teams. I thought both teams played their part. Hampton are a really good side, and I thought our boys stood toe to toe, and we just probably didn't manage the field position well enough in crucial times in the game, and we conceded possession and gave them the pressure to build, and credit to them, they played very well, and ours too.
Yeah, I mean, I thought there were a number of sort of standout performances across both teams. I thought that Brynn Bradley and Cade Bird in particular looked like they really stepped up to me. Cade Bird in defence was just outstanding.
Yeah, I think Cade put in a really big shift. He hit some, made some really big tackles in the defensive line, got himself back up, and he carried well as well. And Brynn, you know what you're going to get with Brynn. He's strong, he's explosive. He's got a really deft offload. And he just puts it in for the boys. But look, I think across the whole side, I think to the man, I think I was really proud of their efforts. And it was, as I said, it's just a great showpiece for schoolboy rugby.
Yeah, and on that, I mean, just a word on the team. They're getting to play in this sort of little window of time. Probably first games for a few, last games for other. It's a special time, isn't it?
Oh, it is. This is our last home game now for all our upper six boys that are leaving. They've put so much time, effort and commitment into Epsom College rugby, and to have you boys here, and getting it live streamed to all the parents who unfortunately weren't able to attend. It's our bit from a school bit, doing our bit for the boys and for the parents, and just thanking them for all their efforts. And like I said, I'm immensely proud of all the boys, and particularly those boys in the upper six who have had a really disjointed year from a rugby point of view, and and haven't had the opportunity to play as much as they have. And but these couple of games that we've played, and obviously we got a tournament on the 29th at the end of May, which we're all very much looking forward to as well.
Yeah, that's going to be a fantastic high level tournament. But yeah, just a word from us, and I'm sure speaking on behalf of the boys and all the parents watching on the stream, just thanks for getting these games together, thanks for having us along, thanks for putting it all on, because schoolboy rugby is pretty special, and these guys deserve the opportunity.
Well, thank you. I think, and look, the boys have worked incredibly hard all through the sort of the COVID times. Their attitude to training. Every session that we've had, they've been spot on, and and I take my hat off to them, because when they haven't got a game at the weekend, it is really hard to stay motivated, and we've got a really good bunch of boys that love their rugby, and having the opportunity to play these matches, is just fantastic for them, and it's just a shame we didn't get the season we wanted to, but that's life, and we've made a really good couple of games and had some fantastic opposition, and hopefully everyone at home has really enjoyed that game tonight.
Absolutely. No, cheers, Paul, and good luck on the 29th.
Thank you.
So we've got Sean Thompson, Director of Rugby at Hampton. Sean, congrats. How was that?
Yeah, fantastic. To be honest, yeah, it's nice to have come here and to win like that, and the boys played absolutely brilliantly, and I really enjoyed it. But I think more importantly, it's just the opportunity to give these boys some games, having played nothing all year and having worked, and I heard Paul talking there, how hard they've worked all year. It's been really, really tough for them, and they've kept having to turn up week in, week out and train, and they just wanted to get out and play some rugby, and so to play like that is fantastic to see. But what's even better is we've still got a couple more games to go, and they're thinking about how we can improve and still move on from that. So yeah, it's awesome.
It's going to take something to improve from that, I'll tell you. I want to talk to you quickly about Rupert Reddish. A hat trick from hooker. Is that allowed?
I'm not sure. He said to me at the end of last week that he thought he'd played his worst ever game against Whitgift last week, and I just said, look, go out, do the simple things well, and you'll be all right. And he's done that. I think that was quite. He will enjoy tonight.
Yeah, very impressive, and one of a number of players that's sort of chosen to come and play, with his mates for this sort of 4-week block of fixtures that we've got, and I think that shows a lot of the sort of spirit of schoolboy rugby, Hampton rugby, and yeah, sort of tell me a bit about that and how the boys have been doing with that.
Oh, look, it means so much to them to be able to run out for their school and put on their school shirt. Whether it's 7 years or 5 years that they're at the school, they're playing with their mates. They go to school with their mates all day, every day, and then they get to run out and sort of go to battle with them is a pretty special thing. And you can see it with the young guys who have had the opportunity to play a couple of games this week and will hopefully be watching on the live stream and will be thinking, I want to do that in sort of 2, 3, 4, 5 years' time. And you can see what it means to them today. You can see the way they celebrated, the way that they enjoyed every single moment of it. It means a huge amount, and I don't think you almost get that feeling anywhere else as you go on through your rugby career, whether that's at university or playing club stuff as you get older. Playing with your mates at school is just such a special feeling.
Absolutely, that's entirely our sentiment, and that's really what this 4-week block is all about for everyone. It's just about the best of schoolboy rugby, enjoying your rugby with your mates, getting out there and having a laugh. Yeah. Cheers, Sean. Good luck with the next couple of games.
Thanks a lot for streaming, guys. It's been brilliant, and yeah, it just gives the parents back home the chance to see it as well. So thanks a lot.
Oh, thank you. Without you guys, we don't get a game to stream.
Great stuff there from Paul and Sean, really reflecting on what the schoolboy rugby is all about, and what better place to do it than the home of schoolboy rugby, Next Gen 15. So thank you very much. Thank you, Angus. Exceptional analysis again. Really showed me what was going on there, so that was brilliant. And thank you for everybody watching who really enjoyed this. As the lads now wrap themselves up, we wrap up, and we'll be back with you hopefully, well, we're definitely on the 28th, and we've got those 2 other little dates coming your way. So follow the social media, right? Stay on the line, and we will be back with you. So from me and Angus Savage, from Epsom College, where Hampton have turned out victorious, but what a cracking game. Thank you and good night.
Introducing Next Gen 15, the new home of school rugby.
Well, where does this come from?
Covering everything the school game has to offer in both the north and southern hemispheres.
What a great tackle! It's not good enough. 1-2, skip a few and with the wheels.
Highlighting tomorrow's stars, Next Gen 15 will be bringing you live games and a regular update of all the news and in-depth views on the global game.
What's a kick? Where did he come from and how did that happen?
All your school rugby, all in one place. This is Next Gen 15.